want us to like
I'm
mute
getting an
during the videos,
intro.
right?
Correctamundo. Hey everybody, welcome to this week's podcast. Ignore that talk about a video. You don't know what's happening in this episode.
God damn it.
Oh,
So this week we are going to be watching a little video.
Oh my fucking god. Ignore that talk about a video. This week we're watching a video.
I wanted the element of surprise, Richard.
Hello everyone, we're watching a
Oh, okay.
video, but don't acknowledge that. So this week we're watching a video.
Okay, sorry. We are watching a form of online media that was posted onto YouTube by the channel Nexpo. The title of this online media in the form of pictures, moving pictures, is called Disturbing Things from Around the Internet, Volume 1. It is a around 13-minute video. It's going to show us 5 disturbing things that Nexpo, I will link his channel in the description, but he does not need any introduction from me because he has millions of subscribers and watchers. So,
We can
yeah.
definitely pause a lot during these videos because this is the kind of shit that'll get you copyrighted on YouTube, by the way. They're very strict on it. So I'm just giving you the warning. If you want to sit through the whole video, you might lose some. I'm just giving you the warning here, and coming from someone who's been copyrighted already. It's not fun.
I mean, I've seen people have already done videos like similar to this where they do this on like Twitch and stuff and then they just
Twitch
upload
is
it.
different. Twitch copyright though is a lot different, especially when you take media from Twitch onto it, because a lot of times there's chat interaction throughout it also.
I mean,
That
that's
helps
true.
protect you from it.
That's true.
Because I've been, you know what? Fucking Europe is a bastard and will demonetize you a ton.
Yeah, screw Europe, bro.
Fucking European. You know how many videos I've had banned from the UK?
At least our schools don't act like shooting ranges.
Oh, I love that one.
Oh my
Say,
god.
The UK's taken out my fucking videos several times.
At least I don't go to a shooting range, mate.
oh my god.
Oh my god, Richard. Where did Richard go? All I hear is what kind of accent was that?
Kinda Irish-ish. I don't know, like a mix of Irish and Scottish.
Potato.
Tomato.
I said potato.
Stop. You said
That was so guttural. You're like tomato. Well, I don't know if you said
tomato, mate.
Okay, I don't know if you.
How do they talk?
Yeah, you went Australian there for a second.
I keep doing it. Like I accidentally walked straight into Australia. Like let me think.
You like
Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Braveheart.
Let me think. Mel
'Cause
Gibson.
I was watching Braveheart the other day. I'm like, what the fuck did he say? Like, William Wallace.
This is so funny to listen to. You're trying so hard. I can
As we're
hear.
just
I can hear the thoughts.
I can hear the gears.
It's just like I'm
Exactly.
thinking.
I can hear the steam coming out of your ears right now, Richard.
the one brain cell is really rocking around in there, trying to figure it out.
It sounds like a ping pong
Actually,
game
it's a
in there. It's like,
consecutive 3.
dude, are you playing pong over there? Is there?
I was gonna say, like, what's that one 80s game?
What's that one game on the Atari?
It was, I think someone at my work the other day said, like, they're like, Sage, stop using the one fucking brain cell we're sharing. I need it right now.
Usually when me and Matt or me and Jeremy like do something at the same time, I'm like, yo, we're on the same Wi-Fi frequency, bro.
Yeah, dude, if we're on the same Wi-Fi, we probably have the worst provider. We're in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, and we have like 3G.
Whoa. Side note. Tell me why I was on my way home from Arizona like 6 months ago, and I was in the middle of nowhere a majority of the time, and I actually had way better internet than when I was in the city.
Dude, the T is actually a real place?
What?
Arizona T?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, bro.
Where's my ta? Where is it? Where's the sound? Where is it on my soundboard? Oh, I don't have a soundboard.
Escobar.
Race car. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong one. Jason! Jason!
You
Get
I
over
was
here!
trying to say you summon Kabar. Just
Like, no, not that one. He's like, oh shit, oh my bad.
he's like, okay, let me put it in reverse.
Gong gong. It's the sound of him hitting the curb. It's like gong gong.
He did that in my fucking car when I was like trying to drive with him to class at a LBCC, and then he was like, stick shift guys be like
That was your car the other day when you were trying to drive back home.
Last weekend when I got that fixed.
Oh,
He was
thank
like,
God.
"Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
that's good.
Your motor fell forward."
I thought you were gonna be like, oh yeah, like I don't know, like something fell out of place. You're like, oh yeah, your whole engine fell at the bottom, dude.
Muscle man.
Muscle.
Let's go and get some burritos, guys. And then
Oh
they
no,
whip
bro!
behind the
My whole
bench.
engine fell out of my car.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Okay, wait. So why was I gonna do a Scottish accent? Oh yeah, because
You're still on that?
I'm like I have to get it down now since the viewers.
We're never gonna watch the video.
Scottish accent. Like I'm really trying to think. He's like, William Wallace is 7 feet tall. He's like, yeah, he's 7 feet tall and shoots laser beams out of his eyes and bolts of lightning out of his arms. So, that was actually a line from the movie.
Just whenever I hear like a dwarf from Lord of the Rings talk, I just immediately think like Scottish accent or Irish accent or whatever.
Like,
And I know that's a generalization, and I'm sorry for any of you viewers out there, but that's just what my brain goes to. Like there's literally like if you listen
I'm
to like the
Irish, so I can say shit.
Oh, it's okay. We got one, boys. like just listening to them talk, it's so funny. They're like, oh my god, there's this one interaction between you guys.
The Glaswegian.
The what?
Have you seen? Oh, you haven't seen that? The Glaswegian accent.
The what? The what?
Oh,
The
it's literally look up like glass but with one S and then put Weegian afterwards, and it's like some subsection of Scotland.
from Glasgow?
Glasgow?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this woman goes up to him. He's like, "What's a bit of a and then she's like, "What?" And he's like, "They understand."
No, now I know what you're talking about. I've seen that video. You said Glaswegian. I thought you were saying glass region, but like uwu voice. I'm like, Richard, this isn't like you don't have to do the baby voice here. It's okay.
Yeah, Glaswegian.
No, we don't Glaswegian?
Okay. Are we gonna? So.
Yeah.
You know,
that's my wee boy Gimli. Okay. Anyways, so yeah.
That's my weird boy Gimli.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's
We're
all I
watching
hear.
a bit of Nexpo.
Nexpo. Oh my god. What is this? Goblin mutant. That's my wife.
I like this one I like this one video. It's like self-improvement YouTuber I watch. He's from the UK. He always says,
Rise and grind gamers.
Always do the hard work. He says, do the hard work, especially when. And then one time he stops. He was talking about like all the guys who are trying to bring you down. He's like, no, do not let these goblins. Do not let these
Goblins?
These cretins, these fucking schmeagles bring you down.
Oh my god.
He said, these goblins, these cretins, these fucking smeagles bring you down.
Somebody said that to me. My will to live would just wilt instantly. Like, what are you looking at? Goblin mutant? I'd be like, oh my god, what did I do to you?
Okay, so we watching it?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I heard the peanut butter baby.
I said nah instead of
Oh,
just
well,
ah.
it
I
cut
thought you
off.
said,
Yeah, it literally cut off the beginning. It was just like, ah.
It's because
Yeah.
like my headphones pick up you guys talking and it doesn't know that I'm talking anymore.
It's just like I can't tell. I'm sorry. I'm recording everything. All right. So we're gonna mute, and I was about to say mute and deafen. I was like, you guys aren't gonna hear anything.
I was about to say, what's the point, bro?
We just watch. No,
All right.
listen.
So yeah, just watch subtitles included. All right. So yeah, let's just mute and sit back, relax, and yeah.
Are we gonna cut in at certain points and then just say something?
Well, yeah. After, because he does 5 of like these disturbing stories. After each one, we'll like just give our thoughts about it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Back in November, I mentioned that I was discontinuing my Unnerving YouTube channels and Unnerving YouTube videos miniseries to a mixed response. I told you guys not to worry, and that's because what you're about to watch is its direct and far improved replacement. Welcome to episode 1 of Disturbing Things from Around the Internet. This is essentially a one-stop shop for creepy finds that I might have stumbled upon recently while browsing online. We'll dive into not only creepy things from YouTube, but from all over the net as well. Today, we're going to dive into 5 hand-picked and disturbing finds from the internet. The recent Hawaii missile scare is one of the most unsettling real-life occurrences to happen in a long time. Back in my Unnerving YouTube videos series, I included an entry about an emergency alert and how disturbing they sound. This is essentially that, but this time, it was for real. Hawaii's residents went into a state of panic following this broadcast, and there were all sorts of goodbyes being given due to the anticipation of all of their lives possibly being wiped out as time ticks closer and closer to the missile's estimated time of arrival, which was said to be just minutes from when the alert went live. Fortunately, this entire fiasco merely turned out to be a false alarm. The footage that residents took during the situation, however, is entirely disturbing. Take a look at some of it.
Missile threat to Hawaii. A missile may impact on land or sea within minutes. This is not a drill. If you are indoors, stay indoors. If you are outdoors, seek immediate shelter in a building.
If you're watching this video, that means I didn't make it because of the missile that's coming towards Hawaii. I just parted the last hole and I just hit the shiznik out of my ball. So I love you all, but I'm playing golf. It's the last thing I'm gonna do.
A missile may impact on land or sea within minutes. This is not a drill. If you are indoors, stay indoors. If you are outdoors, seek immediate shelter in a building. Remain indoors well away from windows. If you are driving, pull safely to the side of the road and seek shelter in a building or lay on the floor. We will announce when the threat has ended. This is not
The sheer terror that comes with an emergency alert, coupled with the idea that these residents believed that they only had a few more minutes to live, really puts things into perspective here. Hawaii is such an isolated state, and if there ever truly were an event like this that were to happen, these people would have absolutely nowhere to go.
Damn.
Simple, bro. Just don't live on an island.
That's so
Okay.
terrifying, though.
But I remember
yeah.
it's weird because I remember when that happened.
I did too.
I don't. What year was that?
Wow.
I don't. I swear to God, like I'm not even joking.
Don't
Like,
care.
That
did-
was like
Richard's like, don't care. Didn't ask.
I'm looking to see who the hell at now, but for real, when did that happen?
2018,
Yep.
January
Oh,
13th.
Yeah.
oh shit!
It showed
Oh,
whenever they were passing whoever passed away on that TV, it said what, like 1928 to 2018. So
Keith Jackson.
yeah. So
Yeah.
2018 is when it happened.
Like, could you imagine that? And to be like, and you're someone in Hawaii too who's literally had this identical thing happen. Because with Pearl Harbor, it was the same. No one on that island got evacuated.
Yeah.
And once you're stuck. Like, I couldn't imagine. Like, the guy playing golf is so easy to like poke fun at. But could you I imagine since he's by himself is that he's on an island and maybe his relatives are in like the rest of the states or whatever. Like, what are you gonna do? Like you know,
You can't
it's
leave.
Yeah,
It's the
like,
only
nowhere
like
to
he's the
go.
most relatable person because like if it was somebody, if it happened here, like say it happened like somewhere on the mainland, people are gonna be like leaving and stuff. Like there's nobody gonna just be sitting and chilling because you can actually get out of there. They're stuck on the island. They can't leave. They can't feasibly leave. So he's getting that message while he's doing something. He's like, you know what? Like screw it. I'm gonna just keep on doing this because I can't really do anything else, and it makes sense. I mean, he could have stolen a boat and he could have tried to leave that way, but you know,
it's
nobody's
so
like, I'm the captain now.
unfeasible. Like,
Yeah.
it's still, and it's like, you know, you get out or whatever, but like everything for a lot of those people too, it's the idea of like, let's say off chance you'll survive it, everything you know is gone. Like,
And they don't even know like
Omega Man.
when it's gonna hit. They don't know where it's gonna hit. It's like it's vague. They even the announcement said might hit near the like the land or the sea near you. Like it's not even guaranteed it's gonna actually hit the island, but like we don't know when it's coming, but it's coming.
Well, because the thing is though, is that like when you really think about it, we're at the point that any country, any like m- was it major power in the world?
World power,
The
yeah.
United States.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Any world power.
Yeah, that's it. Like China, Russia, America, any
the
most European
Korea.
countries.
North Korea.
Yeah, Korea, like all that stuff. We could really just kind of end the world at any moment, you
That's
know?
why
Yes.
people are watching, like, there's all this stuff about, like, the US going into this hot war. I don't mean to make it, like, super political, by the way. But, like, that's
That's
the whole thing, the biggest argument right now on, like, the US will never go into a hot war for Ukraine. And it's not because, like, because in this type of situation, this is 100% a type of situation that the US would go into a war for. Because it's, like, white Europeans is the perfect like underdog story. Like this is something that usually the U.S. would dip their toes in and be like, okay, let's just send our fucking troops there because like, this is the kind of thing we usually do. But we could never do that because of the world power that Russia is with its own like. So like I see all these people like be like send troops into I see both like don't send troops and send troops into like Ukraine. We will never do that unless like Russia were really to like be like oh it's the end of the world like literally. Like it's that same equivalent of like we're teetering that edge today. Like a lot that those people like it's literally we're the same. We just haven't gone. No.
This isn't 1940s anymore. You can't go into a country and try to help out. You have to see how everything's interconnected. And at this point, the US getting involved is going to cause Russia to go like they're going to jump the gun and they're going to just nuke everything because
Well, because
they're just stupid like that. I'm going to be honest.
well, because like you've heard of what is it? We don't live in a world. We don't live in an age where wars are fought on land or by troops anymore. It's fought through like information
Yep.
or data. That's why we have so many cyber attacks and why so many
Mhm.
people try to gather information online and all that kind of stuff. And that's why like you'll hear about subversion where people will go. They don't even have to like infiltrate a country anymore. You could literally just go online and hack people's like data servers and stuff like that from all the way across the planet.
Well, Russia's still trying to
Eh,
go old school. Did you hear about their whole espionage situations that happened here?
Mm-mm.
There was
They're
there was a couple of Russian spies that were found out to be here, like like connected to pretty powerful people. They just they
nice.
just deported them from the country like maybe like a month ago or something. Not a month
I
ago.
know
Like
there
maybe
was
like a week or
I
two
know
ago.
there was something like that with a Chinese spy from a couple years ago or
Hmm.
something like that. And also, don't want to get political, but you know.
Well, yeah, but like it's kind of connected to stuff like this. Like if anybody were to send out nukes in this, like something like this, like if Russia were to say we get involved in Ukraine, they send out a nuke to Hawaii, it would happen the same exact way that this false alarm happened. People wouldn't be able to do anything.
And
They-
the thing is too with it is like with if they were to send one out, like and keep in mind with like because I've seen like you can like look it up, you can find the video comparisons. Like there's like the nukes that like Russia has, if they were to drop it onto West Coast US, like if they were to drop it over in Cali, it would destroy all the way up into all the Midwest also. Like
Yep.
the firepower that
Oh.
they have, it's like I think the like largest one they have is like 30 times what the one we dropped on Hiroshima was. Like for reference, like it's not like and like with that kind of shit too, like we would know it would be coming.
Are you
Like,
talking about the
we would
Tsar Bomba?
I don't remember the name of it, but there's like they have like a collection of them. But
They're
I think that's it. Because
Well-
it's the one that's like tall. It's like, what, twice the size of Mount Everest or something like that. It's like
Yeah.
some ridiculous height that
there,
the cloud will go up to.
there's some misinformation out about Russia's nuclear supply regarding the Tsar Bomba. They have in total, if I remember correctly, like a handful, maybe like 5 Tsar Bombas, which are mostly inactive. They've only fired off one successfully, and I think one of them is a prototype. So the range of their nuclear arsenal is around the same as the rest of the world, but because they have the concept of the Tsar Bomba, which is the largest bomb, the strongest bomb ever created, it's that fear that they induced into everybody over the years that everybody thinks, oh, they have this mega nuke, when in actuality they have nukes, which is scary, but they don't have nukes that are like extremely strong.
See, I'm always worried about. I'm not really worried about the nuke itself. I'm more worried about the
The
after
fallout.
effects of it.
It's always the
Yeah,
fallout.
because
they had the one that they released in 61 and it produced the largest, it was the most powerful human-made explosion recorded, and that was the one they released in
Oh.
61.
Yeah,
Bikini
that's
Atoll,
the
right?
That's the Tsar Bomba.
No, yeah.
And they did
Oh,
it's a thermonuclear bomb, and it was a successful detonation in 61.
And
oh, okay. Because I know like
the
you
only
can have.
correct one that's been recorded. And then they try to produce more after that, and the way that they have it, it's not feasible to make a bunch of those. It's kind of like, this is like my trump card. Like if somebody is like invading my country, you're not gonna drop this thing. Like the plane that dropped this barely
Oh,
made it
got
out.
messed up.
The
Yeah.
thing is too with it is that they also have this power, which is like, cause my dad is like a super like end of the world thing. They have this it affects copper fields, so they have a type, and we carry one similar to it. But the thing is they have a type of bomb that they can drop that would cut off all electricity and any sort of like it would
An EMP.
cut off. In a sense, yeah, but it pretty much would fuck up like it's equivalent to like if what is it called? Because this has happened before, like right when electricity was really getting fucking popping off. There's a type of solar flare that gets let out where it comes in enough and it fucks up it pretty much makes positives into negatives and negatives into positives kind of idea.
It completely flips the Earth's electromagnetic field. Yeah.
Is
Kind
that
of,
the
yes.
one?
So they have
Is that the one?
So they have one that's similar to that, where in order for anything, it's also why we do this with our nuclear power plants. We wrap them in copper because it's the only thing to prevent that kind of switch on. It's been proven that it would create a dome effect where with anything within it would like, and it's like country like it. I think the one that we were talking about that they have, it would be all the way up, like it would pretty much cover the span of Mexico to Canada kind of idea, like and like complete functional reset on electricity, like for us.
Was it the one that it was like an incident in the, I think either very late 1800s, it was like between the 1880s and the 1910s or something,
Yeah.
where there was an insane solar flare and it disrupted the magnetic sphere around the earth, and the northern lights could be seen all the way down to Cuba.
It's an EMP.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's an EMP.
And yeah, because it was like the biggest EMP ever, and we were lucky because that's like when electricity was just getting started,
Yeah,
so it
it was
really
like
didn't destroy that much.
Yeah.
So,
If you
but
do that now, the infrastructure that they can damage, it's just it's
it
insane.
like
Mhm.
the one they literally have like for like if they're to drop it on the US too, it's like super progressive. It genuinely would put us all the way back into fucking Stone Ages, with the exception of our nuclear power plants, because it's the only thing that we have preventative measures on. And even then, they don't know if it's gone further than having the copper be preventative on it. Like, but that's why like nuclear power plants themselves, like a lot of the shit in there is all wrapped in copper. Is it's supposed to be preventative of that.
Damn it.
Um,
Bethesda was right. I should have started playing Fallout years ago.
like so that's why we put copper on all that shit. But yeah, that's the other thing too, where we were like talking about, where it's like, and then absolutely be helpless. Like hopefully our allies will come dip in, but it's also like you'd just be taking out one world power completely when you do that, you know.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
that capabilities, like a complete reset, really.
Well, I mean, okay. Let's go down the line. Like, if we got in this situation that happened in Hawaii, like, what the fuck would you do at that point? Like, oh, I guess because I'm at the top, I have to start. I would probably. I honestly, I try to run from it, even though I know it's probably the dumb thing to do, to like instead of like staying there. I know that my chances of staying and surviving the fallout are zero completely. I know I'm not going to survive the fallout. So if I can get far enough away from the explosion and hunker down somewhere where the fallout would be less, I'd honestly try to do that. Try to get underground at some point. So that way I can like avoid the fallout for as long as possible with my family, and just wait out whatever the fuck the nuclear winter that's gonna be like happening. Just try to wait that out. There's
It'd
only
have to
so
be
long.
something with food.
Yeah,
Food and like water.
fucking Walmart, dude. You seen how
Does
their
Walmart
sheds
have it
are?
underground?
You seen how their sheds are built, bro? That's basically a bunker.
Pretty
Go to
much.
the home goods section, hide out in one of their built-in their sheds right there. Fucking, I survived for days.
You
Not
think nobody else would think about that same thing? You'd have to fight so many people, bro.
Yeah, but the people
for
that go to Walmart are like, dude, compared to them, I'd make it there beforehand, and then they wouldn't be able to open the doors.
Not to
They'd
flex
be
on the Walmart.
not to flex on the Walmart people, but they'd be trying to steal the PS5s while I'm out here trying to survive.
Not screw that. Like I'm going to like the toilet paper section and building a fort there.
All right, I'll see you there. I'll make sure.
Why is that actually an episode of King of the Hill, bro?
We make our own like office style film like TV show, but it's during the fallout inside of a Walmart. Dude,
Fallout
show
instead
idea.
of the-
Dude, Fallout, but it's like all like fucking janky and shit, and it's like not from the perspective of the cool people, but from the perspective of the people hiding out in Walmart.
That's what I'm saying. It's like called The Fallout or something, like The Office.
Oh, the fall. Oh my god, that'd be so good. Hey, whoever's watching this, you better not steal our fucking idea. I swear to God, I'll find you. Netflix, I'm watching you. All right,
Netflix hit us up. We'll be the cast.
Exactly. All right. What would you do, McKenna?
I'd probably find Sage's dad and just stick with him. He is like the ultimate doomsday prepper, so I'm sticking with him no matter what.
You're like, he was actually featured on the show once.
Probably would be.
That is a super doomsday.
Actually, no, I don't think he would, because he would be like, I can't give out my secrets.
I'm not giving
No,
out this shit
he's
for
like-
free.
I'm no. The thing is too, like McKenna's joking about that, but like he like
It's
when
true.
COVID first hit, he was convinced that like when it was really bad, he was like, this is something that could teeter. Like people are really worried, like martial laws could get enforced. Like this is the kind of shit that's could cause the neighbors to go fucking knocking on neighbors' doors, kind of things, and you know. And
That
so,
was happening here in California, though.
Yep.
so he was like,
riots.
you know, he told me to like call McKenna, like, and make sure McKenna was going to go get like stock up on some food into her house and stuff. But he told me, and he was like, do not tell any of your friends that what we have, where we keep it, and like how much of it we have. Like he was like, I don't care how close you are. Like, do not mention any of like he used to get like we had an old friend and she used to always be like, oh, like if the world comes like ends, I'm gonna come to your house and me and my family are gonna come to your house. My dad would get pissed about that because he was like, that should never like he was like, do not be telling people like our plans and shit. Like we had a full like rundown of like because my dad's had his friends that were like even further survivalist than he was, and they had like a ranch, and he like and they only told him that he could like if the shit hit the fan, and this is like with COVID, right? Because they were also super like the world's gonna end kind of shit. He was only allowed to come, and the only reason my nana was allowed to come was because they were both medical professionals, and that he could
They
bring his
had
family.
purpose.
That I'm not even kidding you, because he was like he had to bid in to get my nana to even be considered. My grandparents were not welcomed. My nana though was, and that was because she could bid herself in because she was a nurse. And then we were allowed to come in too, and he had to bid in with me and like my sister and my mom because like he had to come in. He was like they can all actively shoot. They all can have been around weapons and shit like that. He mainly was like Sage knows how to shoot weapons because I do. But like when he told me about it, I was like one of two people I knew in the house, and he was like, you are not allowed to mention this to anybody else because if shit hits the fan, it's whoever's in the house and that's it. Everyone else be damned. Like that's how extreme he is on this stuff. Like he has game plans that I am not allowed to share. Like,
Yeah. I mean, there's a Twilight Zone episode.
I was like,
that,
wait, what? Like, what what were Edward and Bella doing, bro?
They were no. So there's a Twilight Zone episode that has the moral about that, which was actually the same thing. It was like I think at the time of the Cuban Missile Crisis, that's when the episode was made, and the premise is kind of like the same thing. Only this guy did tell his neighbors like, oh yeah, we got this and this and this, and he went down into his bunker because there was a missile warning with his wife and his son, and then the neighbors who were there at like having dinner with them earlier, they started to try and break in, and okay, this is a tangent, but I'll just say like they broke down that door kind of easily, and I was thinking like, bro, that's a weak ass door. You're not gonna survive a missile. But they broke in, and then it turned out at the end the same thing where they were like, oh, it's just it was a false alarm and all that because it was like a supersonic jet or something that flew over instead, something like that, and then the guys afterwards, they were like, oh, we wouldn't really do that. We were just like joking around or something. I forget what they said. He said we wouldn't really do that, and then he's like, he just sits there, and then he's like, come on, there's nothing, there's no real damage or harm done. And then the main guy who had the shed said, no, the damage has already been done. It can never be repaired, because now you know what people will do when they're like backed into a corner.
Yeah.
And it's
that's
sad.
it.
It's scary.
He literally was like, if your friends show up at the door, like they will not be allowed in, kind of thing. He was like, those are not your friends. Like the lesson he instilled in me really quick when I was like young was like, if shit hits the fan, like your friends are not your friends anymore. They are desperate people, and you do not want to be the one in between them and supplies, kind of thing. Like that was the lesson he taught me quite young.
Okay, but like more people equal more power, so manpower equal better.
Depends on the situation.
Does, but when
if
you're
you got
working for resources, like limited resources, then you're screwed.
Yeah, you go you have buddies who know that you have fucking supplies, and like you take your parent and your kid's starving, and you're like, oh well, your fucking neighbors have shit, but my kid's starving. Like that's not your friend anymore.
But like
you don't.
More people equal more power equal more taking resources. Equal more power.
Pillages.
Exactly.
See, end of the world shit though, because there's always every time big groups.
Are you telling me to research from movies right now?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. From what other fact do you have?
Here. Listen to this. When the riots were happening here, there were more people involved there, and they started to overpower the unprepared. How do I put this? Serfs that were not prepared for anything like this, the peasants and all those people rioting, started taking their shit. And in
That
that
was kind of funny,
situation,
not gonna lie.
it was funny. Now in hindsight, it's funny. In
Well, it was
hindsight, it's
because
funny.
like everybody survived, and I think
Yeah.
the funniest one was this guy who was trying to like chase off. I think this was in Oregon or Washington or something. This guy was trying to chase off like people down below his apartment with a machete, and everybody thought he was going out and like trying to kill people, and so they jumped him, and he survived, but he was laying on the floor literally like a Family Guy character.
Oh,
His arm.
dude, I saw a guy like okay, when the
Damn,
riots
that
were
was
starting to
crazy.
happen, right outside my house there was like looting and stuff, like literally like right outside my front door there were houses getting
Mhm.
like robbed and shit. And I literally saw a guy like who took some stuff from somebody, like almost get like fucking run over because they saw him take their shit and then they almost ran him down with a car. And honestly, everything that they show in the movies that's like post-apocalyptic, like how people are gonna act and stuff, it's not real once you actually see how people are acting. Because if you get enough people in a group, it's not worrying about the group mentality, because if you get enough people like-minded going after something and you get resources from that, you don't have to worry about them while you're doing it. You have to worry about after the fact, once you guys got your stuff. So
I
you
guess
have
the
to
other
you have
thing
to dip before the shit hits the
The
fan in
other
your
thing is,
group.
you have to consider too, though, is that when you talk about like a group of like-minded people and stuff like that, like in my head, I am also thinking about like you let in like let's take my neighbors in, but then my neighbors have their grandparents who are going to provide nothing, but they want to come in now, so okay, I'll let them in. But oh, what about their friends who again provide nothing? They have no survival sense, but my family does. Or like in your sense of like-minded people too, and again with the riots, like with like COVID and stuff too, like we're also having an active police force in there, like there's still that going on, and riots are bad, don't get me wrong. Portland went up to flames for a little while too. Like there's active police force still. A lot of those people like were desperate but not starving. Like there were still like the bulk majority had homes to go back to after they rioted. A lot of them jumped in on trends and stuff like that. And like riots like that aren't cohesive groupings, really at all. Like the fucking riots happening during BLM and stuff like that too. Those aren't like cohesive groupings. It's a lot of spins of violence spreading into more violence. Like I wouldn't consider that a grouping of like-minded people. Like I think that's a very different situation than like,
Well,
because those are also the people I'm like,
it's
oh,
I would say it's a difference between like-minded people and people who are like, I don't even want to say elite. Yeah, you have like a relatively elite type of group, if you get what I mean.
Yep.
Like maybe not elite, but like people who are gonna survive, and
Go
people who
ahead,
have like,
Richard. Say that they're better.
I mean,
no,
if you survive, then technically, yeah, you are.
You're like, well, if we're gonna be frank,
Like by the laws of nature, nah. But anyway, no,
Darwin
but like,
says.
no, but but I mean, if you really think about it, yeah, is you need people who know how to fight, or can have basic survival skills, basic like how to do things like start a fire, or who are relatively healthy, who can, and it's stuff like that, or people who know how to what is the term, like set up a camp and cook and clean like foods and stuff like that, or sanitize water and everything, so that, and who medical, like that's it, people who know basic types of medicine and all that. But yeah.
it's also
Well,
like you have to keep in mind too. It's like the larger the group is, when stuff like, cause like the larger the group is, like when we're talking like it's end of the world stuff, things like that. There's gonna be a time where there isn't enough food to go around and shit like that. And I can like, and like my neighbors, like I keep using my example because they come party with us. Like I know these people, but I know that if shit hits the fan and we're going hungry, because that's what happens. Like you can never guarantee there's always gonna be enough like
just
medicine.
eat
There's gonna
them.
be enough. Well, again, you're saying a bigger group is that, but I
Yeah,
know
just eat
that
the weaker people.
they're gonna choose. Okay, but like you put that argument out, but who's the weaker person then? Because maybe it's their daughter, but they're
Go,
thinking it's
okay.
my sister because she's
Children.
smaller.
eat.
So
Also,
like,
cannibalism is not good for your system, from what I
so
understand.
Oh
like
no, it's
you
not. But
like
I'm saying like
this is
group
the other thing
mentality
you have to
wise,
like
eat the people,
like
eat the weaker.
like that's the thing you have to talk about like with these groups too is like the larger the group is, the like moment shit hits the fan, the more likely it is that it's gonna become like a group against a group too, you know? Like I know my family's not gonna put anyone of us on the line, but my neighbor isn't gonna sacrifice their fucking people. Or what if my sister's sick but their daughter's sick? And
Did you
now
think? Do
they're
you think the
getting medicine
Donner
to get
Party
better.
cared when they ate their children?
Oh
No,
my
because they
god.
didn't eat their kids. See, that's what they let the kids survive. Actually, they fed themselves to the kids first.
But you just gotta
But
like think about that too with that like the larger the group is you get with that, like I guess I'm too distrusting. If the world were to end, I'm gonna be honest with you, fuck all that everyone else is in this household. With the exception of like if my grandparents were up. But everyone else, like fuck all, because I know that if shit hits the fan, I'm choosing my family and I'll do God whatever for them. But I know whoever's with me is choosing their own family.
yo,
But I know
Richard,
that like if it came between keeping their family alive and like stabbing me in the back, like I'd be vice versa, it'd be the same shit. Like, you know, like at the end of
well,
the day, it's like
before we get too far off topic than we already have on this one video, let's just hope that everybody's like that golfing guy, and just chills whenever
I was like,
whenever
honestly, like
the nuke is gonna come in. Let's just hope everybody's chilling, doing whatever they want to do, and just accepts it.
Just like, yeah,
that's like
I'm.
yeah.
And if not,
y-
Richard, do you want to start a rioting party with me and then just try to go all Mad Max on this shit?
I'd be I'd be so down to do that. That
Dude,
sounds sick as hell.
dude, I'd like to be one of those drummer guys that they have on the back of the trucks that's just like smashing out beats as everything's going. That'd be sick.
That's how you scare people too. Is you pull up and you just like, yeah, if you make
You're
a
like, you're
bunch
not
of weird
sneaking
loud
up
noises
on
while
them. It's like, why would I want to sneak up on you when I could scare you and make you shit your pants?
no, but that's what I mean. Is like when I say sneak up, I mean nobody's paying attention to you, and you and your buddies like pull up on motorcycles and big ass trucks and stuff like a huge convoy,
You
right?
got a guy
Just
with
playing
like
loud ass drums.
you got a guy
Then
with like
people are
9
gonna get
subwoofers in his car, and you're like, yo, dude, play
yeah.
astronaut in the ocean. And then as you
Just
pull up,
and then just everybody's gonna be like, everybody while they're already panicking are gonna be like, what the fuck? And then they'll see you. You just pull up and you're just like, hey, give us your supplies. We won't hurt you or anything. We just want your supplies. And they'll be like, that's the Pope. So yeah, I'd totally be down to do a Mad Max thing.
nice. Kenna, if I get a whole biker gang going and I come to go get you, you're coming with me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I just wanted to
I
make
mean,
sure. All
I
right.
don't know if you really want me with you though, because like I'm probably gonna fall behind at some point with like my asthma issues.
No, you're gonna be
Oh,
you're
don't
gonna be
worry.
driving the car. You'll be driving the big old truck that I have, and then I'll be on the back with the drums. Tag team it.
You really need to drive a giant truck.
I'm gonna steal a giant truck. Okay, I know I have a tiny car right now. Anyways, all right, let's move on to the second video.
I didn't want to be a part of that thing anyways. I get it.
You
No,
didn't
if I
say
feel like
anything.
I'm
You just
typing,
muted. You just
if I
muted.
feel
Bro,
like-
Your mom.
you got
Your
your
mom.
dad.
I'm typing! Do you want me to type on screen? Here you go!
Oh
I'm
wait, where are you
throwing
typing?
noise! You're welcome!
Where are you typing?
My keyboard's so fucking loud. I have a dock open. I've just been typing in fucking...
Oh, I thought you
shit.
meant in Discord.
Oh yeah, I was like
No.
looking. I was like, I do not see anything.
No, I haven't been typing at all. My keyboard's loud as shit, so I've been muting so you're not getting the click because I don't know how well my noise
Oh.
suppression all the time. So you're welcome for copying your content.
Anyways, tornado house. Mute.
This YouTube video showed up in my recommended feed a few months back, and I've seen it a couple of times since then. It involves a family's venture as a tornado rips through their house. It opens with the husband filming a tornado a short distance away, and after a few seconds, it's evident that the storm is moving straight towards them. He then proceeds with his wife to the closet under the stairs, and the terror that follows is much, much more real than anything out of a horror movie. Look at this.
Holy shit. Holy moly. Alright. Holy shit. coming, honey. Shit, where you at, hon? God damn, it's bad. For Christ's sake. Oh my God. Okay, honey. Holy shit. Stay in. Oh, man. Oh. Shit.
Don't go out there.
No, not yet.
Don't.
Oh. Oh my God. Our house is freaking destroyed, Josie. Oh my God. Where's Autumn? Oh, I've never seen anything like it. Oh, shit.
The way that they kept their composure after an event like that is absolutely mind-boggling, and if that were me, I don't think I'd be able to stay that calm. The sounds of the tornado alone are enough to put a horrific image into our minds, and the aftermath of their home is nothing short of grim and depressing. This video isn't anything like a movie. It's genuine and unfiltered, and I can only hope that this family successfully recovered. No matter what kind of storm it is, this really is something that can happen to any of us, at any time.
God damn, that was. It, see, okay, not gonna lie, I thought it was kind of weird. I was like, this man's really just standing out there watching the tornado, kind of fastly moving directly towards him. It's just recording it, you know. Jeremy.
Mom, sorry. I was looking at something. Like,
Oh, okay.
I don't even know how the fuck I would react to that. Like, I seen like water spouts and stuff. Like, I know kind of how this looks like, but like, imagine seeing that shit like right in front of you. Like, I fuck. I don't even think I don't even know how that guy had enough like nerve to stand in front of and just record that.
That's what
insane.
I'm saying. He was just watching it come towards him. I'm like, bro, that's moving a bit fast towards you.
It's like, whoa, pretty. It's spinning. No, dude, that's fucking crazy.
I can't
I used-
imagine. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I can't imagine like sitting out there and watching one like that. Like I used to live in Minnesota, right? And like that's like Tornado Valley. So I've seen like one in my whole lifetime. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, nope. And then I went back down to like the cellar. I was like, I'm not
Holy
staying
shit.
and watching as it comes to like destroy us, you know? It's messed up.
But believe it or not, there's actually been a tornado here where Jeremy and I live. Now, it was before any of us were born, like just a little before, but it apparently ripped off the roof of Albertsons.
Oh my
God.
What the heck? Wait, what year was that?
That was like I can ask my dad real quick, but I think it was like in '97 or something. It was like just before we were born.
Holy shit. I could probably ask my parents and they probably heard about that too. God damn.
Yeah. It was over, bro. It was you know what? By our high school.
What? It was by Milligan?
It was that one. That one, yeah.
What the hell?
That
What the
that
fuck?
building.
That doesn't make any Hold up. That doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. How does that
what I
even
thought.
happen there?
I mean, I would guess because that specific area is like kind of an open plain-ish compared to everything else, you know?
Yeah.
And it apparently
Oh, that's
happened
true,
right there
yeah.
and ripped the roof off. And I was like, what? Like,
Dude.
I didn't even know we could get those. I mean, you know how we'll see like those little tiny tornadoes?
Dude,
with
that's
the,
literally what I was thinking. I was like, you know, like,
Like,
you see like in the front of like the Target, like those little like dust devils and stuff. Like they just
we
like
get a
form.
lot of those.
Yeah.
I've seen tons of dust devils, dude. Those things are cool. But
Have you seen the
nah,
one
tornado.
where it's like the guy's like recording themselves like, here it comes, and it's like recording it and it's like in the background?
Oh, is that what that is? Yeah,
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 that's
the
a. I
meme.
think yeah, the meme. I think that's a dust devil. But those are like the
Yeah,
like
it
an
is.
actual dust devils. Like what we see are like the infant ones. But
Yeah, but I mean, we'll the natural disaster we get here is either storms, which is not really that bad compared to like Florida or something, or the one we get is earthquakes and all that.
uh,
We get some earthquake. I felt one the other day, but it was a super small one.
dude, did you hear about the one that nearly blew up like the oil like plant that was like around here?
Oh, I was there. I wasn't there, but I was recording it off of Palos Verdes. Like I was
Whoa,
on Palos
what the
Verdes and
fuck?
I saw like in the distance, I was like, what the hell is that? And it was an oil refinery that was burning at the top of it, right?
Yeah, yeah. They so what happened was it wasn't originally burning. There was built up pressure caused by the earthquake, so they needed to let off that pressure immediately, or it was gonna blow up. So to do that, they started venting, and everybody that saw that, like even me, dude, I
Same.
literally felt
It
I
looked like it
felt
was on
it.
fire,
Yeah, I
right?
felt the earthquake, and I thought it was an explosion when I went out to look outside, and because the way that the earthquake sounds, it's so fucking weird that you can actually hear them also. But
It's
like,
weird. Doesn't it sound like oh, this is gonna sound weird. Doesn't it sound like Godzilla rising out of the ocean or something?
dude, fucking, it sounds like some kind of like either something's hitting the ground or coming out of it. Like, what it sounded like to me was a train passing by. It sounded straight up like a train passing like right by the house. And I went outside. I remember McKenna. Remember I messaged you about like when this happened.
Yeah, because I had you FaceTimed me like while we were on in a like game night and stuff, and I
Yeah,
was like freaking out.
I was like fucking wigging out because I heard that, and then I went outside and I immediately saw the oil refinery lighting up, and it's just like I felt it, so I heard it, and I thought I'm like, God damn, the oil refinery like blew up, like what the fuck?
That's what I thought. I was like, oh shit, because I was on the cliffs like when I saw it, and then it got darker, and I was like, maybe it's not that bad, you know. And then it got darker. Like you saw it too. The darker it got because it happened later on in the day, the brighter it looked like it was burning. It looked like the
Yep,
whole building was on fire in the distance.
it happened like right when it was starting, the sun was starting to set, and then as soon as the sun had set, it was like the night sky was like the entire horizon was lit up by it, which was
Lit up.
crazy. It was
It
fucking
was weird.
lit,
It's like
dude.
like when we were in chemistry and we got the magnesium strips and like
Yep,
lit it. It looked like that.
dude, it was that, it was fucking crazy. But
It was
yeah,
wild, bro.
I honestly hope and pray that I never see a tornado in my life.
I kind of
Cause
want to. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm like kind of a adrenaline junkie when it comes to stuff like that. I would want to see one, just not be anywhere near it, if
you're
that
like
makes sense.
storm chasers.
I dead ass would. I would probably do something like that and be like, "Yo, we're in the middle of the storm. We're in the hurricane," and then
We're
you
in the
just
eye
get
of the
struck by
storm, and then you just get sucked up.
the car gets like struck by lightning. That's scary, bro. That was gonna be a tangent, but like back in October when we got like 2 or 3 lightning storms within a month.
Yeah, I fucking remember that. That was crazy.
That was why I was on top of the roof recording one of that one time. I remember in the middle of the video, it went right above me and flashed. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting down, bro."
You're gonna end
Or
up
one time,
on like live leak.
oh, no. Or I also recorded standing out in front of the house, and it went from the north side of the sky all the way across the east down to the south side. It was so cool. Like
Goddamn.
you just see it going across the entire sky. It's so badass, dude.
The craziest thing I think I've seen, like regarding those storms, is I saw it hit like a lamp post, like the street lights. I saw it fucking nuke one of those by my house. But
Oh, wait, wasn't that the same storm?
yeah,
I didn't see that, but one of my coworkers was working at Togo's, and then she recorded that. She said, "What the hell? Just something got struck over there." Just recorded like the plume of smoke coming up from I don't know 2 miles away or something.
it's freaking crazy. Wait, just real quick, McKenna, how big was that tornado that you saw?
Well, I mean, I don't really know for sure because like it was pretty far away from me. Like it didn't hit like my house or anything.
Hmm.
It didn't even come close enough to like mess up our stuff or anything, but like
That's good at least.
they can be like huge. They can be like many miles across, you
Yeah,
know? Like
it wasn't the biggest one recorded in America like 20 miles across. Like it was some not 20 miles. It wait,
let me look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Now I'm
it's like
interested.
some weirdly it's some stupid number. Like it was like 5 miles or something. I know they can get huge. Like that movie Into the Storm or
Holy
The Storm or
shit.
whatever.
I just found it.
Yeah,
2.6 miles in Oklahoma.
I was way off. 20 miles.
But
Oh
two
wait, no. I'm
like
thinking of Mars or some shit. Because
it's
I think
still
the
like
dust devils on Mars get insanely huge.
dude, it's the El Reno one, right? That's the one you're looking at, Kenna?
what? Oh yeah. Sorry, I thought you were talking to
Oh
never
no,
mind.
no,
No,
no, the El
no,
Reno
no,
tornado,
no,
right?
not me.
Yes.
That was in 2013, and it had a speed of 302 miles per hour, or 486 kilometers per hour. Fuck, dude, what the hell? See,
Yeah,
look. Honestly, tsunamis, I could probably survive that. Volcano explosion, I could probably survive that. Like a hurricane or some shit. Like even an earthquake, I've survived those. But like a larger earthquake, I'm pretty sure I could survive that. A fucking
those things are
hurricane,
scary, dude.
I don't know. I don't know if I could fucking live through like a giant ass tornado like that ripping through where I live. Like there's no fucking way. 302 miles per hour? God motherfucking damn. There's
Yeah,
no way. Like God, holy shit. I don't want to even think
it's
about that.
a
That's scary.
it is, and I think Vermont has the is it Vermont or New Hampshire? One of those states has like the highest winds on the planet.
um fuck. I think there's a fucking national park where the top of the mountain has like some crazy kind of wind speed. Fuck, it's in Alaska. Let me look this up real quick. Denali. Highest wind speed. It was some crazy shit. Uh, fuck, I can't find it right now. But if you guys look up, there was a accident that happened in Denali with some hikers, and they tried to hike the peak, and it takes like a couple days to hike it because the weather conditions are so intense, and you don't want to get caught in a storm while you're up at the peak because there's like you're gonna die. Like you have to sign a waiver and everything before you go on this shit, and you have to have like experience. Well, it was a group of 13 people. Long story short, it's a group of 13 people. Half of them were unexperienced hikers, like not like crazy shit like this, like Everest style hiking. Like they'd never done anything like that, so they had no experience going into this. They made the first mistake of splitting off the group where they were at one point, and then one of them tried to one group tried to summit, and then they were going to come back down. The other group was going to summit the next day. Well, when one group went to summit, they got like the perfect, like all the weather that was up there had cleared. They saw everything was perfect. When the second group tried to summit, they got caught in the worst storm ever recorded in Denali. And if I remember correctly, the wind speeds were around like 200 or 300 miles per hour. And it was completely like sleet, like snow, hail, every kind of cold weather was happening at the top. And they never found their bodies. Like they only found, I think, one person's body. They found some clothes that were leading off into a chasm for another guy. And then they found like bits and pieces of this other guy there, but they got completely shredded by the storm up there. And
Oh my god, dude.
it's terrifying. Like you think like you get like a gust, like you ever hear on the weather like the wind speeds like for the day or whatever, like oh yeah, it's gonna be like 13 miles per hour or something, some shit like that, and you don't really think about like how powerful that is. Like fucking that's wind moving at that speed, hitting your body. Like, you don't know how much damage it's
Well,
gonna cause to you until it actually happens. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, well, it's like you know that video, and this is gonna sound like a joke, but like that video of the guy who goes out of his car in the middle of a hurricane, and he's getting pushed back by the wind. He's like, it was one where I saw everybody kept captioning it like a Midoriya watching All Might and Nomu fight or some shit like that,
Oh
and
my
and he's
god.
just getting blown away. But it literally is exactly like that, where he was just getting blown back, and he kept having to like hold onto the ground to stand and leaning forward in order to stand. And like people don't, I don't think a lot of people, because most people really don't travel, you never realize how insane the world actually is
Yeah.
until you go out and see it. Because I've seen like I haven't seen sleet, but I've seen hail. We've had hail here too, bro. What is this state, bro? It doesn't snow here, but like where we are, but it will hail here. We've gotten tornadoes here.
It
We get
snowed in the
lightning
70s
here.
here, I think.
It
Like
what? Oh, in the
it's actually, yeah,
70s?
in the 70s it actually snowed here, and then
It's like it stopped snowing in Los Angeles at like
a while ago.
what, the 1800s or something. Like it apparently used to snow here regularly.
Yeah. And then, you know, climate change. Anyways,
I wouldn't even say that. Just the smog over LA,
you
just
know,
like
yeah,
just
that's
warmed up
true. The hole
everything.
that we burned in the ozone above us.
Like dead ass just keeps this place warm as hell.
All right. Let's all mute and watch the next video.
All right.
This is another Facebook post that went live on October 3rd. A user by the name of Terry made a post asking people if they heard the eerie radio broadcast that went live on nearly every station in Louisiana. She claimed that she couldn't find anything on the news regarding the matter, and that after reaching out to other individuals who posted videos of the same thing, determined that this was happening all over the US. This is what they heard. Now, it sounds like a distorted voice naming off states, and hearing it obviously raises alarm. Allegedly, according to radio broadcast stations, this was an emergency alert test that was sent out, and apparently this happens all the time. The stations claim that it's due to a difference in sampling rate from the raw broadcast to the radio station. If they're out of sync, it causes creepy distortion like you just heard. This is, of course, what the radio stations claim. What was actually being broadcasted, however, is to be determined.
Well, that was creepy to say the least.
Honestly, like, fuck, that give me chills.
I mean, like we have gotten, like, you know, when they did the presidential broadcast, or the how we get Amber Alerts and stuff like that here. I hate Amber Alerts, dude. Those
Yeah.
things.
They always fucking scare me. Like, we got a couple silver alerts in the past like 2 weeks or something.
I haven't gotten any of the. Wait. Oh, wait. Maybe I have, because I think mine is muted now. Like it doesn't do the. You know how it used to be you couldn't mute them at all, and they would just be loud as hell.
Yeah, mine are still
My
like
teacher
that.
actually, bro, my teacher actually took away my phone, like 3 people's phones, including mine, because of that. Because the Amber Alert went off, and I was like, bro, are you
They're like,
serious?
wow, you actually care about people going missing? Chump, give me your phone.
That was,
Oh.
bro, that was so stupid. Like,
Dude.
I hated her.
fucking I can't even like imagine. I don't. That's like the max. Do you guys know about the Max Headroom incident?
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It was this incident where a TV station was hacked, and there was the broadcast was interrupted by a person in a Max Head. I don't know if you guys know who Max Headroom is, but he was like from a movie like in the 80s pop culture reference. But there was a guy wearing the Max Headroom mask, and he interrupted the broadcast and then proceeded to spout off a shitload of like creepy nonsense with with his background like switching in like bright colors and shit. It was the first, if I remember correctly, the first recorded like hacking of a public like broadcasting station. Um, and then just sparked a whole wave of copycats trying to do the same thing afterwards.
Hey guys.
Look who finally joins.
Sorry, I was putting my dog away. I mean, to sleep. I mean,
That's okay. You know what?
Hey, that was way worse than the first one.
Yeah. What in the world? Jeez.
I was sorry. I had to like hang out with my dog for a little bit because he won't go to sleep unless I'm like hanging outside with him for like 20 minutes.
Okay, so he's alive, right? I'm just confirming. Like you didn't put your dog down.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Okay,
Like the tone of your voice, the tone of your voice too.
I had to put my dog to sleep, and that does usually mean I had to fucking yoink my dog. So
no.
You like joining. You're like, sorry, dudes, I had to put my dog to sleep.
Man.
I was like,
I had to put my dog to sleep.
Jason,
that,
oh my god.
I was like, bro, probably
I'm like,
rephrase that
you
because
just
he's like not even a year old.
Yeah, right. No. I literally.
Also, this is freaking creepy, dude. Like the Max Headroom incident. Like the way the mask looks.
Oh, you're looking it up right now?
Literally put him to sleep.
Yeah, here I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yo,
put it
Jason,
in
do you know about that?
What, Max Headroom?
Yeah, the Max Headroom incident.
It sounds familiar, yeah.
Where a guy, the first recorded like hacking of a public broadcasting station. The guy was wearing like a Max Headroom.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah. The dude was just like
put in
going
no
fucking
mic.
crazy on the airwaves.
Yeah, there was. We just watched a video right now of something kind of similar where a radio station got hacked and it started spouting out in like a text to speech kind of voice. Just
like the
spout
numbers.
Yeah, well, no, not numbers. It's not like the cicada, like the whole cicada thing that happened
like
on
the number stations.
No, dude, those are fucking freaky as well.
Right.
But no, this one was spouting out different states, right? That's what it was.
Right.
Guys, I'm asking you a question.
Alright, I'm watching the Max Headroom incident.
What did you just say?
It was when the voice was like spouting out different states, right? It was like Wisconsin, Oklahoma.
Oh my god, this video is making me motion sickness. I have to stop.
Which one?
I'm
Max
watching the
Headroom.
Max Headroom.
But yeah, honestly, I don't know at this point if I heard like the radio station get like hacked and then just heard some creepy shit like this. At this point, I don't know what the fuck it would be. I would just assume it's an ARG at this point.
I mean, at this point, we get so many weird people doing shit like that. Like, I wouldn't even. I don't want to say I wouldn't be freaked out because shit like that does freak me out, but I don't think I'd be necessarily scared, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Because it's like, bro, you have so many people who are like want to be hackers and want to be like oh, I'm a revolutionist, and so many people. I think
Anonymous.
the thing is like I've seen so many people talk shit on the internet that I really don't find most of them scary.
Okay,
so
but
many people
you have to admit, you have to admit that Anonymous is kind of like they're the ones you should worry about. I mean, you've heard about the like Anonymous. You heard that they finally they came back out and they started like hacking into like Russia's stuff because they don't like what they're doing in Ukraine.
They came back with Trump in Trump's election.
Oh yeah, they did that too.
Yeah, because they released one of the black books with Epstein's case and stuff like that.
If you think about it though, it's good that they're doing this like for only like the worst of the worst. But you still have to think like
an FDA or whatever it's called. The FCC did that whole net neutrality thing. They'd go after that shit.
Yeah, like you have to think though, like the amount of power that they have to be able to contend with like governments and shit like that across the world.
Oh yeah, no, that's wild. I want that kind of power, bro.
It's crazy how that's
I don't
possible.
think you
But the
do.
thing is with Anonymous
Yeah,
too,
I
is that
Jason's like, yeah, I do.
well, and the thing is with
Uh.
Anonymous too, is that it's actually not a cohesive. That it's not really a group at all. It's just
It's
anonymous.
just people.
The whole point of Anonymous is that if you're a hacker, you can claim yourself as anonymous. Like they don't
Right.
have. There's no hierarchy with it. There's no rhyme or reason really behind it. It's genuinely like it's. To be fair, like Anonymous is thousands of people. Like the reason it
Oh,
went
tens of
away for
thousands,
so
yeah.
long is because they had a whistleblower come out at one point who started releasing people's names that they knew of, but the whistleblower also released that they're like Anonymous itself is not an organization or a proper group. It's just
Right.
like it was a small group of people that started it, and then a bunch of them got caught actually because of the whistleblower. So like
Did
anyone
you guys
who's
watch?
like modern day anonymous, it's just someone claiming to be like they are anonymous. Don't get me wrong; they're doing the same thing, and
It's
that's the
just
whole point of
multiple
it.
people.
But it's not actually like the origin of anonymous. Like it's holding true to the whole point. Was the idea was it was supposed to be like an underground
Well,
like hackers doing like greater good, but there's no
You-
like.
Yeah. Did you guys know the channel Disrupt?
No, what's that?
Disrupt?
Oh my
No.
fucking god! You guys would love it. You'd love it. They have this they do these like really high quality like documentary style videos. And like it's just about like there's ones that have, like most wanted hackers or like
Is it this
computer
one that says like?
viruses.
Is it this one where it says "Lol Zek, the internet's deadliest trolls"?
Yeah, it's those guys. Yeah, here, I'll put it in. Fuck, where do I put this?
Just
the
like throw
hell?
it in
These-
like Gen Chat or something.
Yeah,
These are like
alright.
disturbing looking. These thumbnails are creepy.
Yeah, no, like these guys, this dude.
Are these like video
really good
essays?
videos. Yeah.
Oh shit, I like
But
watching
they're
those.
insanely high quality.
I'll watch those for
Like-
sure later.
Like, dude, I've been up with this channel for like 2 years now. Like it's crazy. This guy he spends like he does a bunch of VR stuff and like
Yeah.
just little like personal experiments. Like he's like standing up for 24 hours straight or wearing or staying in VR for a week. Like he legit showered in VR.
Dude,
What?
there was did you hear about that experiment where there was a guy who would smile and sit in like front of a camera for 12 hours every single day and he'd record himself and upload it?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, dude, that's so funny.
Swear to God.
No,
Well,
no,
'cause, like
this
the thing.
this guy was crazy. Sorry, real quick. This guy was crazy. At one point he pissed himself in front of the camera.
Nice.
And then he recorded a break-in where the guy broke in, saw him sitting and smiling at the camera, and then just did not even like fuck with him and just walked out. He
Oh,
stopped
wait.
the break-in with the guy like just
Oh.
doing his shitting and like doing stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah. Here it is.
I
Here,
saw that.
from the video.
That's weird, dude. Well, like the thing is, what,
It's like an
what
art
you guys were
project or
saying about
something.
like anonymous and the big like groups and stuff like that. That's why this movie, the only like movie that takes place with the murderer that scares me, is this movie called The Den, and it's like it's one of those first person point of view movies back when people were doing that shit like all of 2011 to 2016, and I remember this. It's creepy because they were basically like
Bro,
these
what the
guys who would hunt down people and they would mess with their lives and everything, and they'd hack into their computer, they'd hack into their
dude. Oh my
they'd hack
God.
into their computers, they'd hack into like their emails, and they'd start doing a bunch of weird stuff, and then they would kidnap people and then basically torture them, and the thing
Holy-
that the thing that scares me about it, right, is that you didn't know who was in it, but it was assumed like throughout the movie, it's assumed that some of the police are in it, or
Oh, shit.
these are people who are impersonating police
Oh.
officers, and then some
This
people
video.
they'll just like walk around your house, or they'll pretend to be normal people, then they'll kidnap you, and they it's a pretty dark movie. That's probably
The
one of the
dude
scariest
legit-
movies I've seen.
The dude legit, he opened a fucking door. The guy, this just random dude opens a door and he's staring at the camera smiling. And the guy who opens the door just looks at the dude and closes the fucking door and walks away. That was
Yeah, like imagine like you break into
Holy
somebody's house
shit.
and you see that kind of shit. I do the same thing. I'm not gonna screw with that guy. I don't know what the hell he's on. But okay, back to like the hacking stuff and just imagine like hearing that. Like fuck, it's crazy that it's getting to a point where like what we talked about earlier, like what we talked about
This
earlier,
guy's smile's making me very uncomfortable, bro. I'm just gonna say that.
like what
I'm
we
not joking. Like,
Richard, like what you said earlier, that like wars aren't usually like fought now with like on land or on sea or like with guns. It's usually fought with information now.
Bro, this dude pissed himself.
Yeah, he fucking pisses himself. You see the puddle form and everything.
Is that, what the fuck, dude?
He's just blowing his fucking mind right now. This is funny. But like with these people hacking and shit, like the white hat like hackers like that are part of like Anonymous and stuff, it's fucking crazy that we've finally gotten to a point in human history that we're doing shit like this. Like it's just crazy.
we're literally becoming every like not post-apocalyptic, like dystopian future.
Everything that
Dystopian, like,
they
tech
wrote
future.
about, everything that they wrote about in the 1980s. Oh, everything that they wrote about in like the 1980s and like the 90s is coming true.
Well, if you think about it, like Akira, like the movie Akira, and this is a tangent, but like the movie Akira is surprisingly accurate to 2019. What is it? V for Vendetta was almost exactly accurate. And then you have movies like you have movies and stories like 1984,
Fahrenheit
Animal Farm, or
451.
Fahrenheit 451, Soylent Green, even recent ones like Attack on Titan. What else? The Matrix,
You watch
Wall-E.
like watching some of those episodes of was it Love, Death and Robots?
I thought you were gonna say Black Mirror, but yeah,
That too, honestly. Fucking like the writers from Love, Death and Robots and Black Mirror. Like Love, Death and Robots maybe like not as much, like some of their episodes like stray off, but most of them are like dystopian future kind of stuff. Like okay, like if you really think about it, like they're giving us like alternate timelines where if shit goes wrong, shit's gonna end up this way.
I think Black Mirror is scarier when it comes to that, dude, because it's
Oh,
more
yeah.
it's more realistic. Like everything that happens in Black Mirror is somewhat realistic.
The first
Like, or
episode
at
of
least
Black
somewhat.
Mirror will always get to me.
Oh
Which
my
one? Is that
god.
the one with the pig?
Yep.
Yeah, the pig.
The one with
And
the
the
pig. I saw that with my mom, and I was screaming
Dude,
the whole fucking time.
dude, oh my god. I fucking okay, I watched like
No,
the
the one that
third
bothers me-
episode. I watched like the third episode of Black Mirror and I told my mom, I was like, this show's so good, we gotta start at the beginning. And we watched it and we were like just odd, like just her faces were just distraught the whole time. We're like, what the fuck?
No, the one that
dude, the door was open and my mom like audibly just like screaming. She's like, he's fucking and the door in the apartment was open, and then and I hear a neighbor go, "Oh, you Black Mirror?"
No, the one that bothered me the most was the Oh my god, it bothers me because I don't even want to
Was
say
it the
like
one
the
with
one
the
with the
VR?
trolls. Wait, what?
Oh, I thought it was one with the VR.
Where the homies fuck each other?
Oh
Yeah,
my
the
god,
homies
no, that
fuck
one
each
was.
other
I
in
like
VR.
that one. I like
was
that
just-
one.
That one was actually really creepy.
I actually like that
That
one.
one was sad, bro. Because like, anyways,
sad,
I don't
they
even
were
want.
married, bro.
That's why it was sad, and then they were like, oh, but
See-
you can cheat on me with your homies, and I'll just cheat on you at the
See, boys?
bar, and now we're all
See,
happy.
boys,
I'm like, what
boys,
the f-
boys.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is why we're never gonna play VR chat again together.
What do you mean together?
All right, whatever, bro. Fuck you.
See, where Jason was hoping, he's like, damn it, man.
No, the one that bothered me the most, right, was the one with the trolls, and it was the one where they blackmail like a bunch of people. And
Oh
then-
shit! And then the twist at the end, right? You're talking about.
Yep, because the thing that bothers me about it is not one is because kind of everybody who they blackmailed in that was kind of a piece of shit anyways, but then it's like who gets to decide that? Who gets to decide that in the end, you know?
Yeah.
I think the weirdest one for me was I think it was the last episode of the latest season, the one with the fucking Miley Cyrus in it.
Oh, dude, that was fucking crazy.
That one was sad.
She was legit in like a coma or something, and they were just like taking her brain memories and making music out of it.
Yeah,
The thing
it's so fucked up because it's
the
basically
worst thing-
happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The fact that
Or
I
the
can
other.
see that shit happening in like the far off future. Actually, the fact that I can see all of this shit happening in the far off future is really
Well,
crazy. And
that's
you know
why I
what the
brought it
thing
up
with
because it's more realistic than
yeah,
I would say it's more realistic than Love, Death, Robots
Yeah.
Love Death
to an
Robots was
extent.
just an anthology of just random shit.
Some of the episodes had
So
like some like incorporations
Oh
where you
yeah,
can tie it into, but I
Mhm.
think obviously Black Mirror is the one that you tie to when it's dystopian future kind of stuff. Because that
Right,
one,
right, like
like
the yogurt wanting to destroy Ohio. That one was fucking.
I,
can see
I love that one. Obviously, that's the best one right
Oh,
there.
you
Ohio
want
needs to
Ohio.
My
leave.
favorite one was the vampires, dude.
That one was good. That one was really good.
Dude,
I love the
but like
vampires.
going
That
back to
one was
that
sick.
episode that you mentioned, Jason, like
Mm-hmm.
it's sad because that shit's already happening now. Like not obviously like they're not
Right.
stealing brains and shit, but artists right now
No,
in
but
the industry are getting subjected to that kind of like torture where they're wringing them
oh yeah,
dry of
just make
creativity.
copycat shit. Make
Yeah.
this is
Well, like,
gonna be
have you heard of
popular.
how
Like,
K-pop stars are
dude,
treated?
my friend who's actually in the industry, he said that somebody like a label and messaged him about stuff about like wanting to hook up and wanting to be actually like on label, and one of the requirements was to create a catchy song that could go on TikTok.
What the fuck, man?
Like shit, you not. One of the requirements was to make somehow eventually make a catchy song that gets like 1 million plays or something on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
it's
and then
like, okay,
that.
I
Well,
was the
and that
word.
tie.
That was like the final straw where the dude's like, okay, yeah, I'm not doing a label. Fuck that shit.
Well, like that ties back to the one thing I told you guys about back in one of our previous podcasts. I want to say it was the one about like, was it about anime or it was one of our ones
What about AI or some shit?
had brought. Yeah, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's what it was. And it was I had talked about how the rise of like depressing music and everything, and how
Oh yeah, yeah.
everybody plays that stuff, and and I try to tell everyone, I'm like, guys, you need to stop like listening to these depressing, like disturbing, creepy songs, and then saying like, I'm so quirky when I listen to like, no, bro, you're
me, bro.
it's
Use the Q word.
no, it's like it's oh my god, I hate that shit. No, it's because the more you say it, the more it becomes. I want to say like the more it becomes solidified in your mind, and you start to
Yeah,
live,
the more
you start to
you
base your perception of that on your own
yeah
reality.
What, quirky?
You
yeah
know?
the more you engage in that kind of
Yes.
stuff, like
Quirky,
negative
quirky,
talk
quirky.
or
It's like
anything,
Beetlejuice.
I will
I
kill you.
hate that.
The more you the more you like engage in all that shit, like dark ass music or sad shit, your whole social feeds get flooded by that stuff,
And it
and
becomes your
yeah,
personality.
it changes
Yeah.
up your personality completely,
To tie back into hacking and everything like that,
Yeah,
it's because they're
yeah,
gaining
hacking your brain.
access to
That's
your
what Facebook does, dude.
information. Yeah, they're
That's what
getting
they do.
access to your
The algorithms,
information, and
the
they're
That
trying
algorithms
to
dead ass
cater
is
completely
everything
it.
hack
to
our
you.
brains, dude.
Yeah,
The fucking Facebook, right?
Meta.
Shut the fuck up. I will call it Facebook. I will
He's like,
always call it
fuck.
Facebook.
He's like,
No,
fuck you,
Oh
metaverse
my
is
god.
actually kind of
fuck you,
scary,
Meta.
bro.
Of course it is, but no. I watched that fucking one movie on Netflix, one documentary. They have like actual like social like psychologists working at Facebook to like program the AI into getting like people to well to literally trick people's brains into posting about more stuff or like making the algorithm
Yeah.
making people think that the algorithm knows them more personally.
It plays on both your psychology and on human nature. That's
Right. And
that's one of the reasons why TikTok blew up so much is because
yeah.
it appeals to human nature like pretty well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these people have like completely hacked the human brain, human motor system with so with Instagram. You remember when they changed the like location?
Oh, dude, I
Like
remember you
the
telling
I
me about
remember
this.
you bringing
You
that up. Yeah.
fucking ranted about this, and it's so like, fuck. I did
Yeah.
not even notice, dude, until you mentioned this
It's
kind of
true.
shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They fuck with your motor system, and they put they knew exactly what they were doing when they put a shop where you put your likes, where they had their likes originally.
And when they put reels where you used to put posts and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then when you put reels, when you put posts, and then it's like, all right, and you just Wait, did I just close Discord? No, I didn't. I closed it. No, you fucking go to reels, and it's like, oh man, all right, and then you just kind of instinctively start scrolling,
Yeah. All right.
like they instantly start playing, and now
Oh.
they're making all the videos into reels. So like any video you click on, you could just scroll and it'll automatically generate a new video or something. to
I've noticed
watch
that,
from
yeah.
some random-
It's
so
scary,
annoying.
dude, because like the reality we're heading towards is closer. I think
Reality, real,
no, it's,
real.
I think it's very accurate to how Wally is portrayed.
Yeah.
Everybody becomes
Yep.
Fuck. Yeah.
everybody becomes like lethargic and out of shape, and they don't do anything. They're just kind of they're just
Really? I
existing
don't
and then
see that.
slowly dying.
Yeah.
Is that where you're
I
trying
don't
to get
see
us to
people
rise and
getting-
grind, Richard?
Yes,
people
that
getting-
is.
here's the thing.
Okay, not even joking. That is dead ass why I do it, because I don't want anybody
You
to
know,
become like
Here's
Wally.
the thing. I don't see people getting fat or getting like overweight or anything like that. Maybe some people, but I'm
Mhm.
noticing a
Redditors.
lot more. I'm noticing a lot more that people are not gaining as much weight.
Because they're not eating. They're not eating
Yeah.
anything, and it's or drinking, because
Oh,
it's like
Oh,
those
fuck, that
videos
sounds
where
like
you'll
it's like
see.
fasting blew up this recently. You know?
dude,
People
dude,
are
what,
fasting
what
more,
what's that
people are-
fucking movie where they like go inside of another person's mind and shit, and they're like all
Oh, human
emaciated?
centipede. I mean, oh,
Oh
wait.
no, fuck you! I hate you. No, fuck. What's that movie? It's the guy. He goes into another person's body. They try to kill his original body while he's in the pod. It's like Avatar, but with real
Yeah, man.
people.
Genlock?
I don't fucking remember, but I remember that like
No, that's a show.
fuck. I remember that. It's like the
The guy
fucking
goes into
Matrix.
his
I'm just gonna
body with
say
the-
it. It's like the fucking Matrix where in the reality they're
wait.
all like emaciated and
Code
shit.
Lyoko, bro?
I hate
I
you.
was gonna fucking say totally Yoko. Dude, that show is dark, bro. That show is dark.
There are a lot of okay. I'll just also tangent, but like a lot of 2000s
no more
kid shows,
tangents.
if you
I'm
really look
sorry,
at them,
Richard,
they're-
but we
they're
have to
really dark.
continue.
Okay, yeah,
Fuck you,
yeah.
asshole.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm sorry. We gotta continue. We gotta watch out what fun time kids care means. All right,
Alright.
everybody mute.
Yeah,
Are you watching the stream, Jason?
What the fuck is this?
We're watching Nexpo.
Huh?
Here,
We're
you're
doing
just
this,
just
and
just
then
watch.
we're talking about each of the topics with.
Yeah, each of the videos that are
okay.
shown.
I'm
It's
actually
disturbing
gonna go-
media from the internet.
I'm reading a fucking manga about vampires. It's really cool.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
could you mute while we watch this?
No, I'll leave.
Oh, okay. Say bye.
Bitch.
Hey.
This was a very interesting thing to follow. Back in 2015, a Reddit post was made in the conspiracy subreddit by a user claiming that they lived very close to a supposed daycare that had an extremely strange look to it, and in all 5 years of them living there, have never seen a kid arrive or leave. As expected, this struck interest in Redditors, and people started throwing in suggestions for what it could be. Some claimed that it could be a money laundering center, while others suggested that it could be used for child trafficking. There was also, of course, a group that believed that this was simply a real daycare and that there's nothing more to see. Things got interesting though when one user named Deathship commented this: "I'm going to advise you guys to stop looking into this place." This just drove the interest in the building up even more. After looking into Deathship's background, they came to the consensus that he's potentially just a troll trying to scare people. However, that doesn't discount the other comments left by users claiming the same thing that the original poster did: that they live in the area and have never seen a kid come in or out in years. They also went to the Funtime Kids Care website and described it as being super sketchy and plain, with a bunch of stock images and a phone number. When people decided to call it, they were either sent a voicemail or a lady would answer in a very eerie tone before hanging up on them. One other user claimed that it's indeed a real daycare and that they used to be a mail carrier for that neighborhood. However, one part of their response was a little strange. They said that it is in fact full of kids, but every single time that they deliver mail, no matter the time of day, it would always be nap time. Pretty strange stuff, but that's not even the end of it. People took to Google Maps Street View to check out the place, and they determined that the windows to the daycare have been covered up for years and have hardly ever changed. One of the few instances of somebody being outside of the building is one snapshot that a user caught where someone is out in the backyard for some reason or another. This led to even more speculation, prompting people to check out the place in person, which quickly became a large problem. One Redditor claimed that they traveled to visit the daycare, and at night, when they got a glimpse inside, they saw nothing but a chair aimed at a TV, showing surveillance footage of another room. Of course, many other people visited the daycare, even during, quote, operating hours, to try to get a peek into their windows. This led to another large issue in itself regarding grown adults trespassing on a private property to peek into a window of a supposed daycare with supposed children. People even began taking photos of the few children that they saw outside the place. This inevitably led to an even larger issue, so police began to monitor the place and Redditors were urged to stay away. One person managed to get pictures of the inside, and it seemed pretty ordinary. After doing even more digging on the place, Redditors dug up the owner's name, and it's rumored that the building owner purchased the daycare for his mother to give her something to do with her time. Allegedly, she's been running the daycare for years, even though they have multiple violations on their state record. This is, of course, speculation and determinations from Reddit, so take these with a grain of salt. All in all, the general consensus is that this is indeed a normal daycare. A strange, eerie, and creepy one, but a daycare nonetheless. We just dove into 5 disturbing things.
That's a murder house.
I'm
Wait.
just gonna like flat out say it. Like, yeah, either that or trafficking. I swear,
Wait,
this sounds like a human
It's-
trafficking place.
It definitely
Is-
looks
wait.
like a trafficking place.
Wait. Was that the 5th video? I only remember seeing 4 just now.
I think that was
There
wait.
was missile, tornado,
This one.
voice message.
this one. Did we
So
miss
4.
one? Why do you say
Yeah,
5? Oh, whoopsie.
Did he mean? You know, is that?
I think he missed
said
one.
5.
Yeah, I think he missed one. Well, that's fine.
Oh,
Next one, there's
okay.
more of these, so we can do the next one with actually 5.
Okay, well. Anyways, though, yeah, I think that's a trafficking place. It's like, yo, what was that thing that happened? Like 3 years ago, back in 2019, the Wayfair. Is that what it's called?
What?
The Wayfair, like cabinets and stuff like that.
What the? Well, that fucking sounds familiar, but oh shit.
It's the thing where people were saying that, oh, why are these cabinets on a Wayfair costing $23,000 and all that?
Oh
And
yeah.
people were saying that, oh, it's because kids were getting trafficked in it. And then Wayfair came out and said, oh, no, it's because they're like vintage furniture or some bullshit like that. And we're like,
No.
yeah, okay. And it's and oh, I think the most disturbing thing I saw was somebody said that there was a shipping container that would, and they took the picture of the inside of it, and it was set up kind of like Dexter's kill room, like Dexter the serial killer.
Yeah.
And it had just a chair in the center. I was like, what the hell?
Dude, yeah, no, you're right. It was Wayfair. What the fuck?
Yeah, you
it
guys
was
know what I'm talking about, right?
it was like lockers. It wasn't even just like regular like cabinets. It was like locker cabinets.
Yeah, it was utility style like cabinets, $13,000 each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Featured with names? What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the hell? Naria, Yaritza, Samaya, Olivia, they fucking had names? Nah, dude, that's literally fucking like they're trafficking people with that. That's fucking weird. Why the hell would they have the products with actual human names? Fuck.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. It says, what's with these these quote unquote storage cabinets? Extremely high prices, all listed with girls' names and identical units selling for different amounts.
Dude,
It
yeah,
has-
yeah, yeah. Look, for reference, a professionally photographed 9-piece full kitchen cabinet set is worth $1,430 on the same website. And these Signature
What the
cabinets are
hell?
worth $13,000.
And these things are like clearly cheap as hell. That looks like something they would have given us at high school, bro.
Dude, that's fucking
Ed.
scary. What the hell?
No,
How
it's
did I not
because-
hear about this? This was probably around the whole Pizzagate incident that was happening. Did you guys hear about all that shit?
What is that?
That supposedly, like, what was it, like Domino's or like some other like pizza I don't remember exactly, but I know that there was some human trafficking allegations being put up against like pizza places. McKenna, if you
Comet
remember exactly like the details?
I'm looking it up right now because I don't want to like misinform.
here.
uh,
This whole Wayfair
NYPD
thing seems to be
source.
happening around the time the Pizzagate was happening. But like, sorry, real quick, with the video, the way that that place is set up, especially with that, I mean, it's Reddit, so you can't obviously trust it. But if it's true what that guy said about, yeah, I was laughing the whole time. I'm sorry, but like every time he brings up like Reddit stuff, like to some point, like Reddit does have some good people on there that will like fuck, what is it, like r/legal advice, like that's a good one to go to. There, I remember there's a video that he talks about later on his channel that there's a person that goes into like Reddit and r/legal advice and gets some help in there, and they actually did help the lady that went out in that. So Reddit does have some good stuff in it. I will admit that. Same thing like with TikTok, but if what that guy said that he used to deliver mail there and that every time he went there the kids were asleep no matter what time of day, that's fucking suspicious as hell.
yeah,
Yeah,
seriously.
no, it is because, and the thing is too, I don't know if this is, I haven't seen it in a while, but over here in like the city that that Jeremy and I live in, there was like this thing. I don't know if you saw, Jeremy, but there was a lot of people from like our high school who I follow who were posting about like missing girls and stuff like that.
Dude,
And I was
yeah.
like, what the hell is going, like
A shitload
that
of people
was
are going missing
going on
recently.
for, yeah, no, that was going on for a while too. And it was making me nervous because then I was thinking, I was like, because nah, I won't even say who it was, but like I thought somebody who I knew got kidnapped because her car was still here. Like she babysits across the street and her car was
Yeah.
still here, and I didn't know that she was like, I didn't know that she had stayed the weekend because she
Oh
usually
shit.
leaves at night. Yeah, no, I didn't know because apparently she was staying to babysit for the weekend, and she's never done that like over here.
Yeah.
And one morning I wake up and I go outside just to chill in the morning, and then I'm like, why is her car still here? And then at first I was thinking like, nah, probably nothing happened, and then I thought like. That's exactly what they want me to think. They're like, oh, nothing happened to your friend. Like, yeah, just go and don't do anything. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna text her right now. I'm also gonna text her boyfriend, who's my friend. I'm not gonna say any names, but
Dox
that,
somebody.
huh?
Accidentally dox them.
Yeah, exactly. Dox them and dox myself, bro.
Exactly.
But nah, but nah,
Somebody in the comments is gonna like hey Richard, and then just puts your IP.
that would freak me. Actually, that wouldn't even. I don't know if that would freak me out or not. Cause like, yeah, pull up to my house.
You're
I
like, I don't
dare you.
even know my IP address, stupid.
Yeah. Hey guys. You know what? I want to see this. Do Richard's house speed run right now. I want to see if you guys find out where I live
Yo,
right now.
if you made it this far into the video, smash that like button and comment Richard's IP address in the comment section down below.
I swear to God, but nah,
You're
man.
one's
Like,
gonna get it right, and you're like, oh shit.
I'm gonna be like, why does so many people know this? No, nah, fucking, human trafficking thing. I bet that place. What was up with those windows on that place, man?
Dude, I was
That's
thinking
what
the
I was
same thing.
thinking.
Yeah.
They look like I don't know how to explain it. They look like they're built to like be covered with like paintings or something or posters, you know?
Yeah, they're not like
Like
centered. There's
it's
a
so
shitload of
random.
them. There's a shitload of them, and they're
Yeah,
all scattered.
and they're all different sizes too.
Fuck,
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
just like
weird. And like the odd thing is that this place is so suspicious looking, but when they took a picture inside, like you see multiple doors, like so there's other rooms and shit, and the little room that they took a picture of in the front looks small as hell. Like there's no
yeah,
way that's an
right?
actual like functioning, like it looks like a movie set daycare. Like it looks fake.
Yeah,
There's no way this actually has like proper functionality or whatever. And then the fact that like there were kids taking like kids were in front as well, it just adds to the oddity of it. Like it's so weird because there's actually kids there, so you want to think that it's actually just a weird ass like like a hotel, a weird ass daycare. But then at the same time, everything else that's connected to it, like it's just very vague. Like there's nothing really fucking on this place. And
No,
if you
it's
really
weird
dig
as hell.
into it, you can find some records on some places. And like if it took them a long ass time to not find anything on this place, that's really suspicious. It's fucking weird.
This place looks weird, bro. This place like acts makes my freaking trypophobia act up.
It made my skin crawl. Like it's painted weird. Like just the whole look of it looks fake. It does not look real whatsoever.
Well, it's one of those things where like your intuition isn't gonna lie to you, bro. Like you
Yeah.
know instinctually when something is off. You know?
Yeah. And it's like seeing this place, it's completely out of place with every other building surrounding it, which is one thing, which is why it's off putting. Like
It's completely out of place, and then it has all these. The windows are what's bothering me about. And why the
that's what I
fuck does the
understand. It's
door
built like
look
a
like
fun
that?
house,
A
right?
fun house, but like no, it's built like house that's trying to be a fun house.
Yeah.
You know,
It's built like how
Yeah.
a bouncy house looks.
kinda, yeah.
We're roasting the building right now. Oh, also, fuck. Did you see what one of the redditors put? Like what? Like when you go on their website, like it's something that they said like our building stands as like a testament or something to our care for kids or some shit like that. Like oh, our building stands as a witness for us caring for children or something. I was like, what the fuck does that supposed to
What?
mean? Like your building stands as a witness to you like caring for kids. Like that, it's so fucking off-putting language. It's weird. This place is
There's
just
just
weird.
everything about this place is just off, bro.
It's telling me that something is wrong here. Everything about it is telling me something's wrong, and I don't like it. Ugh, I got fucking chills from that one. The thing is, I know about this place too. Like I've heard about this one before, where I've gone on like deep dives on YouTube and shit. Like disturbing buildings, iceberg videos or whatever the fuck. Like compilation ones showing like weird shit, and this one's popped up before, so I know about this one. And I didn't know all these details until watching this video and fucking like seeing how much deep they went into looking into this place and found jack shit is the most disturbing part of it. Because there should be more details that you can easily find on this place. They have like a phone number, they have a website, and you can't find anything.
Yeah.
It's
I'm about to
so.
say, what if we just call them right now?
They're like, we know where you live, and you're like, and fuck that. Hang up.
That's why
Moving.
that's why I'm worried. I'm like, bro, what if we do this for the podcast as a joke and then the
And they
cartel
like
pulls up to my house and kidnaps me?
they save your number. Well, like what they're in fucking Utah? Like, what are they gonna do? Like, I don't know. What do people in Utah do? Hike?
Exist.
They're gonna hike at you. They're gonna throw red sand at your face.
No, they're gonna wait until I go hiking, then they're like, ha ha ha, you walked right into our trap.
The Mormons are gonna get you.
Oh god.
They're gonna be like, Richard, we know where you
They
live, and they're gonna
walk
knock
up behind
politely
me
on
and
your
just-
door.
Ah!
They're gonna like knock on your door. We know you've been talking about our place, Richard.
We
It's
know
like,
your IP.
we know your IP, Richard.
No, that bro, that honestly bothers me because I'm really just thinking like if I was the kind of because I've been all kinds of places with my parents when I was a little kid. I've been to Utah with my parents when I was a little kid. And I'm just thinking, what if at one point I was just by myself and I just got snagged? You
That's
know?
fucking terrifying to think about. I don't like thinking about that kind of
That
stuff.
that is well, I don't want to. Nah, I actually want to because then I'm thinking like how would these like what would have happened? Like I really want to know like what would have happened to me because the thing is too, I forget who it was, but it was like a I was about to say a meme. It was a YouTube video I was watching the other day where people know who to target even as kids. It's like you know what kind of kid you want to target or something like that,
Yeah.
like predators and all that because they and damn, I forget what it is. And it's like you know when the kid is gonna fight back versus when they're gonna kind of like ball up and you just snag them.
Yeah.
And bro, it's just it's wild. And you know what?
Honestly,
That's the main reason why when I walk around, like I go most places and I really don't ever get bothered by anybody because simply walking upright with your chest out and your shoulders back like makes people leave you alone.
Honestly, regarding the human trafficking, like with this place, I don't think it's kids because it would be way too obvious. I think they're just using it as a As bad as it sounds like it would be a distribution like place. You bring the people here with like deliveries and shipments and stuff. You keep them here until the next one comes, and then you take them out. It's like a UPS like depot area. People come in and go out, and it's more
I've heard
disturbing
of
to
stuff like that.
yeah, it's more disturbing to think about it that way. Cause like if you're thinking like, oh, they're taking kids, aren't the parents gonna fucking find out? Like it's gonna be really obvious if they take your fucking kid. So obviously they wouldn't be doing that. If this is a human trafficking place, it like they have a giant fucking lot behind. Like they could have underground shit, like for all we know. Like the fucking Shanghai tunnels and shit like that. Like they had like underground networks and shit, right?
Well, there's also
Yeah.
I remember seeing that map. It said like map of missing people in America, and then it also said like also the map of a map of underground tunnels and caverns, and it was like tunnels, caverns, abandoned buildings and stuff like that in America, and it was almost identical.
You know it's
And
okay. Oh, sorry.
people were
Go ahead.
saying that they probably didn't just get lost, like they probably got snagged through those things, dude.
Like okay, just to like before we end it off right now, to lighten up the mood a little bit. I saw a funny thing the other day when it was regarding fuck, I think it was in one of my like classes or something. My professor was probably talking about this shit, but I don't remember exactly, but there was you know the whole maps where like people are like, oh, all these like COVID cases and like relating to like where all the 5G like like networks and shit are set up, and they're
Oh,
like look,
yeah.
they're correlating. And when regarding like maps and shit like that, it's the funniest thing to me to see how far people will extend that correlation, because like look, I could
I
do the
think it's
same
like
thing. It's like okay, the
I
whole
think it's a
thing.
confabulation fallacy or something like that.
Yeah, it's fuck, that sounds familiar.
It's like correlation doesn't equal causation.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
like, for example, the I think the thing you're talking about is like, what is it? Cell phone use has gone up in the last 20 years, right?
Hmm.
But people people getting tangled in their bed sheets and dying has also gone up, but that's not necessarily correlated with each other.
Yeah, it's funny as hell to see people do that, because I remember seeing that map of like, oh yeah, high amounts of COVID cases, then also where all these 5G towers are being set up. Oh, what's this? It's the same as population density across the United States. Oh, that's so fucking weird. Why? What? They're all correlating to each other? That's kind of crazy. It's like, like stupid. It's because there's more people in that area. They're gonna have more 5G in that area. It's not related to the fucking COVID. It's related to the like fucking population density. And it's just funny as hell. It's the same thing with like missing people, and then like, oh, national parks. Like obviously people
Yeah.
are gonna go missing more in wilderness locations. So it makes sense, right? Like that, like nobody's gonna go into Central Park and get lost. Well, I mean, people probably have, but like nobody's gonna get consistently lost in Central Park and shit like that. But like, no, you go out to fucking Yosemite or like Yellowstone and shit, and then the missing person cases rise up, and you're like, oh shit, it's either fucking like I don't know, Wendigos or skinwalkers or people getting trafficked. It's like, no, maybe people are just dying and then getting lost, and then animals get to their bodies first, and then you can't find them anymore.
That always scares me because that actually happens more often than people think.
Yeah, and it's
Like,
more terrifying to think about you getting eaten by a cougar than you getting eaten by a fucking feral person.
it was like honestly, well, this is also a tangent, but like mountain lions really typically don't attack people. They typically
Well,
don't
yeah,
even come around us.
yeah. Bears though,
But then bears definitely, wolves most definitely. Deer, what is it like? Deer kill more people than cougars, bears, and wolves combined, or something like that.
because
But
you
that's
hit. It's
mainly
because
because of
people hit them with their
driving.
fucking car. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you see Boo Boo the bear is like off on the side of the road, and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna fuck with you, and you keep driving 100 miles per hour, and then you hit fucking Bambi's mom.
Oh my
Look,
god.
hey, yo, boo boo. You see that man over there
Hey,
driving
boo
to the guy?
boo.
into
Look
the
at
deer?
him. He's gonna go hit. Fuck. What's her name? What's Bambi's mom's name? Bambi's mom. I don't know. I don't give a shit. She's a side character.
I don't know any of the characters' names apart from Thumper and Flower.
Oh no, Yogi. He's gonna go hit Bambi.
But yeah,
But yeah.
that's.
Anyways,
Glad to
that's
see we can do some horror stuff.
yeah. That's just gonna end it off for this week's podcast, everybody. Next time we do this, we'll watch the next part of Nexpo's disturbing things from around the internet. He has 13 of these, so if you guys want to keep doing this, like there's way more interesting stuff. Like for a teaser, there is a 911 call where a guy gets murdered on it, and it shows like footage after when they caught the murderer. There's ghosts that are caught on camera. There is cryptid sounding noises later on. So if you guys want to keep doing this, just like, let me know. There's 13 of these. They're all. They should have 5 parts. They should have 5 parts.
I was about to say 13, that unlucky number. You know he did that on purpose.
Well, he's still making them. Like the last one that he made was the
okay.
13th one. It was
Just
like a
ends
couple
it
months
there.
ago. Yeah, I know. He's like, hey, this is gonna get them. Like that one means like, yeah, boy. They're gonna. But yeah, gonna end it off for this week.
All right.
Hope you guys
Goodbye.
have a good rest of your night, or day, or morning, whenever you watch this. Don't get trafficked. Don't get hacked. Don't go into a tornado. And
Don't live in
Creepy
Hawaii.
houses that are fake the daycare centers.
yeah, don't bring your kids
Don't
to
live in
fake
Hawaii
daycare centers.
at
Yeah,
Don't
all.
live in Hawaii.
yeah. Sorry, don't live in Hawaii,
Don't go out golfing, bro. In
Yeah.
Hawaii, specifically.
especially when there's a nuke going. Like, pick a better sport at least. Sorry. Mini golfing. See, if he was mini golfing, I would be completely fine with that. Like, he's at the he's at the local
Golfing,
putt.
Respect, bro.
Yo, he's at the local putt. He's like, hey, they said I can only go for 8 holes, but screw it, I'm going for 16. YOLO.
That's what.
RXD.
Never mind.
What?
RXD.
Didn't say that's
Oh
what he
my
said.
god.
But
Anyways.
yeah. Anyways, night fools.
Deuces.
Oh. Joe Mama.